I guess the first punch I send him so forcefully toward the center, but then the webs bring him back, and then my fist just goes through him.
Okay, I love it. Do you have inspiration?
No.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. And we are back to Drakkenheim, where our party is a bit split, but in the middle of a very interesting trip through the maker Oscar Yoren's residence in the old Reed Manor. Daniels is currently searching out the study for clues for Oscar's research, while Bulk has potentially found a new follower of the sound in an offshoot sect of, I guess, the smell.
The smell.
The smell.
I don't know
You
how
smell
that works,
brothers? It's
but he's
freedom.
digging it. Daniels. So you had picked up a book from the study bookshelf and had started to flip through it, and you'd made a stealth check. Bulk, Farron, and Marco, I'll say for the sake of it that Marco is leading you guys down the stairs, continuing your discussion of sounds and smells and whatnot. Barkus and this ogre are starting to like follow each other around. But Daniels, you had just made that stealth check. The apprentice named Taryn, she has looked up from her work and turned a glance.
Don't I get with advantage
What?
stealth checks
A stealth check?
since I'm invisible?
I didn't call it that way, but that sounds fairly reasonable.
Okay. No, you're fine. Okay, keep going.
Here's what I'll do. So Taryn has looked up, and as she might be about to notice that there is a floating book into the study, Marco and Bulk and Farron come down the stairs, and Bulk and Marco are engaged in a confusing conversation about sounds and smells. And Gemma kind of slams her hands on the table and says, "All right, Marco, tour's over. Get these two out of here. Are you all going to buy something?"
Of course, we were here for potions. We're not leaving without them. We just had some other matters to discuss, potions, people of creation.
Well, make the purchase or leave. We don't have time for this. We're busy. Marco, you're getting behind. And Marco shoots back and he says, "Silence, witch!" I don't need Oscar anymore. I've got Bulk. I've got the smell. And he has the sound.
Resounding.
The touch.
Shut up.
Brother, calm your spirit.
He says,
Steady your
cool.
nostrils.
I'm cool. Steady your nostrils. He says, I'm cool. The fact remains. What are we going to do now, boss?
All here are welcome to join in all of the sensations they have. It does feel that the master here, Oscar, has treated you quite terribly.
Gemma says, some of us he treats just fine. Thank you very much.
And what about that drooling person in the corner who moans?
Don't worry about him. He's fine.
He's good.
Marco, what is this? Are you turning code on us? Oscar's not going to like this, And Marco replies, "Listen, I've had enough of this. Oscar doesn't respect me. He doesn't respect any of us. We're just sitting here making potions. When are we ever going to learn any of the things that he's taught us about?
Don't you think you all are above basic healing potions? Aren't you kind of numb to the basic functions of the day? Where's your creativity or passion or drive?
The other apprentice, Taryn, speaks up and she says, "We're being prepared. It
Being
takes
pre-
time.
to be masters of healing potions and nothing more. Just something to fulfill orders.
We're
It does.
gaining resistance. Marco here clearly has no patience, no foresight. He's not thinking clearly."
Revolutionaries are often said to be crazy or rash, but they also often make great changes.
Bulk, did you have something to say?
Yes. What of young? I think his name was Bolter. What is his crime?
Gimmis says, "I said don't worry about Bolter."
I feel like Bolter can speak for himself.
And as that occurs, Barkus comes running into the room. He kind of leaps over this table and is kind of just like generally running around. And the ogre stumbles, doggy, doggy, doggy. And he kind of like brushes past you guys and like knocks over the table of potions.
Oh no.
And Kim says, "All right, that's enough. All of you get out of here right now. Marco, we're going to have a word with Oscar."
I believe Marco is leaving with us if we're all being kicked out at this moment.
Oh, you all are welcome to come. It doesn't seem like you guys are getting much from staying here.
Gimma says, "I'll say it one more time. It's time for you guys to leave." And she kind of holds her hand out and it starts crackling with arcane energy.
I feel picking aggression in this time is quite unwise.
Steady your hand. You wouldn't want something to happen to you.
Daniels, what are you doing as this occurs?
Pooping, apparently.
I see him up to the side there.
I thought I saw his arm.
Oh, he's on a
He's
phone.
on a phone.
Okay, fair. Make an intimidation check.
Oh boy.
With guidance, because I'm going to.
It ain't gonna matter. I rolled a 2, so with a -1 to that 2, I rolled a 1. But not natural 1.
Bulk, make a persuasion check. I believe that's what you were doing, right? Felt like a persuasive argument. I'll look for the result. No need to. Looks like you're encumbered.
9, and then I'm going to give myself the old D4.
Okay.
Ooh, 13.
A 4. Okay, a 13. In either case, it wasn't enough. So Barkus and the zombie are kind of like facing down. They're kind of going like this. Gimma says she slaps the zombie on the back and she says, "You idiot, throw these fools out of here." Roll for initiative.
Oh,
Poor Am I discovered?
You have not been discovered. So you will effectively be acting with surprise in this situation.
Or just going down to the basement.
Or if, yeah, I was about to say, what if I just let them fight it out? That was the original plan.
Yeah, that's up to you if you want to.
18 for Farron.
Roll initiative in either case. 18.
7. Oh, 11.
11. Did you roll bulk? Did I see that?
Yes, it was a 12.
I see it. 12. Okay. So at the top of the round, we have Farron, the apprentices, the zombies, Bulk, and then Daniels. Daniels, you have not been spotted at this point. What I was going to tell you is, as this was kind of kicking off, you, I imagine, as kind of the commotion kicked off, you kind of like took your back to the bookcase, and you found that it's not just the ladders on rails that moves, but the bookcase also has some give to it, you could say. Daniel, so you have surprise in this situation, so you can act first. What are you going to do?
I am going to let the commotion distract them, and I'm going to try to give the bookcase a shove.
You do, in fact, shove the bookcase. And I realized, again, you guys didn't say anything, but I realized that I actually revealed the entrance to the basement previously.
It's okay.
I was trying to
So-
let it naturally come
I
to
was
my
playing as in I
character.
didn't know.
I appreciate you
was
guys
trying-
doing that.
Yeah.
So the bookcase slides open and revealing this path to the basement below. I'll say, due to the weight of the bookcase, that would require your action to kind of push it open, but you still have plenty of movement left.
And I'm invisible still, right?
I did
not
just say
an
it required your
attack.
action. I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you. You're still invisible.
So I'll head down the stairs.
Okay, you're going to head down the stairs. Interesting choice. I'll say it just takes your movement to get to the bottom of the stairs, and we'll pick back up with what you see on your next turn.
Can Barkus work independent?
He won't work independently, but he will defend himself.
Okay.
Taking us to Farron at the top of the round.
I am going to move behind Gemma. I'm going to attempt to grapple her.
Okay.
Just kind of like restrain her. I think let me look. I haven't done a grapple check.
It's a contested
That's what I
athletics.
thought. That's what I thought. But is it
Okay.
just straight athletics?
Yeah.
Okay. 16.
Man, I thought this measly little mage was actually going to do it with a 15.
So I have her grappled. I'm just kind of like imagining, like I kind of have her arms like pinned behind her back,
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna like say like, you might want to call this off before someone gets hurt. And then with my bonus action, I'm gonna use patient defense to where I'm just gonna try to deftly dodge any attacks that are coming. To where like if an attack's coming for me, I'm just gonna try to like dip out of the way or use her as a shield if I'm grappling her from behind.
That seems to make sense. I'm thinking I'm going to say that as opposed to kind of the traditional dodge action, you're kind of
Yeah.
going to be using her as a meat shield.
Okay. I'm fine with
Um,
that because she has the options to call off the attack or take the hits for me. Whatever.
Or maybe I would give maybe I'll give you like a what's partial
You're talking about
cover?
like partial cover is only +2.
+2, yeah. I don't Yeah, I think I'll give you partial cover for that if that makes sense. I don't exactly know how
What?
you would dodge while you're grappling somebody.
Sure. Yeah, I guess it would restrain me a little bit.
But I'd give you partial cover though.
You know what?
That
I already
seems
said
fair.
I was
If
already
you
said
wanna
I
do
was
that.
going to do it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay. So that's not terrible though. That's not too bad. Okay. We go to the mages. Bolter in particular, he doesn't really know much about anything. So he's going to hold his arms out like that, and he goes, "Ugh!" And he claps them together, sending a shockwave throughout the tiny room. And he's going to generally send it towards you and to Gemma. So give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 18.
18. That's a success. I'm going to give Gemma a Constitution saving throw. I'm going to have her make hers with disadvantage, getting a natural 1. So you succeed. So kind of true to kind of what you've set up here. You've kind of used her as a meat shield, and she kind of gets blown away by the blast, sending her back 10 feet. And I believe you take a little bit of damage
I
here.
think I still take
Let me
half
grab
damage.
You do. Classic. 5. So you take 3 damage.
Okay.
And Gimma is gonna take 6 damage here. So Farron, so you kind of faster than a fox, you kind of swiftly run up behind Gimma and issue a threat to her. Bolter, he has really no concept of what's going on, and he slaps, and she says, "Bolter, no, you idiot!" And she gets like blown across the room. Marco is going to say, I've got this one, master. Trust me. And he is going to attempt to web the large golem here.
I'm going to
And there is
encourage him.
no there is no roll. It just occurs. A 20-foot cube. So that would be
It's like whole
10,
freaking room.
15, 20, almost. 20. So that would effectively be. So he's gonna actually get Terran Bolter and the zombie in a web. Crazy that you guys turned him. So let's see here. So Marco, he kind of holds out his arm and shoots out this arcane web, this massive, thick, sticky webbing, and that area becomes difficult terrain. And so a creature that starts its turn in the webs or enters them must make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, so they're not restrained yet, but they probably will be. Terran and Gimma. So Gimma was actually blown out of this. So she is going to hold out her arms towards Marco and say, "You turncoat bastard." And she is going to send a couple of beams of energy towards Marco, getting a crit.
Oh no.
And a 3. So let me roll that damage here real quick.
What kind of energy was it?
It is it's a force blast.
So not an elemental one?
Technically not. That wouldn't count towards absorb elements as I understand it.
It's also absorb elements is only on yourself, I think.
Correct. Yeah. He takes a couple shots in the arm. So this is all happening quite quickly. And then Terran is going to also try to attempt a thunder wave. With this happening, would this a web is technically secured, so I'm not going to say that would blow things away. But she is going to try and blast seeing the scary dog next to her. She's going to try and blast this dog. So Barkus can make a constitution saving throw. And I think we determined that this is the same as yours, so you can just roll your con save, Danielus. Try and blow him out the door. Okay. Barkus succeeds. He does take... Oh, okay. 5 damage on this. So I'll drop him down. Taking us down to the zombies. Okay. So the zombie that is outside, seeing that this is all kicking off, he is going to try to dash into the area. 55. He can actually get a surprisingly far. He almost makes it all the way into the building. The other zombie is going to have to roll against this web here. I imagine that is not going to go very well. He gets a natural 1. So he's restrained. So he can't move. And he attacks with disadvantage. But he is still going to try and attack Marco. Oh, that's not gonna. Yeah, okay, how do you have to roll? That's not gonna work. Okay, cool. So he is kind of restrained in the webs, and he can't quite get his blast or his giant fist to attack Marco. Taking us down to Bulk.
Alrighty, so I'm going to rush Gemma
Okay.
and give her an old shove with the shield master.
Okay. Shoving her away or to the ground?
I'm going to say to the ground.
Okay.
That's strength, right?
Yeah, athletics.
Athletics. Thank you. Oh my lord. It's an 8.
Where'd the 2 come from?
Oh, the guy. Sorry, I can't do. It's a 6.
Yeah, can't guide yourself during battle. In either case, actually, she would have succeeded. So somehow,
Okay, well, I'm gonna burn
Dang.
inspiration to redo that.
Okay. Sure.
For the smell.
For the
For
smell.
the smell.
I'm gonna yell that out as I get a 17.
Marco says, "Hell yeah!" And yeah, Kimmy says, "What?" And you like slam the shield down on her.
All right.
So she is prone.
And I'm gonna go
And you must
ahead.
attack with the attack action.
Right. So I'm going to do my attackaroo, which will be coming shortly. I'm going to give him the old Thunder Gauntlet.
Whoa, she's getting out of there.
Okay, it's a 12 to hit.
And it's with advantage because she is knocked prone.
Okay. Or 17 to hit.
A 17 will do it.
Okay. For 10.
10 damage. It is a big hit. So your first one hits. She's bloodied.
Do I get 2 attacks?
Mhm.
Okay. Just making sure.
You can take one if you want to. It's up to you.
Playing hard mode.
I was thinking I was going to take my second swing at the Zombo.
Oh,
18?
you can if you want to.
Yeah, because I want to draw as much aggro as possible.
Okay, 18. That does hit.
For 5.
For 5. Okay. I got it.
And that's all I can do.
Yep, pretty much.
But they're boomed.
Yes. Yes. Not boomed, but yes, I understand what you mean.
I'm sorry.
They're thunder gauntleted.
They're ringing. They're ringing.
It's funny because you have a
yeah. They're not booming bladed. They're just mentally boomed.
Indeed. Okay, Danielus, it's on to your turn.
Actually, I think I might be turning around after hearing all this commotion and I get it open. We're all gonna storm down there anyway.
Okay. So
like-
so just the idea of knowing that there is a basement level is enough for Danielus.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's checked it out. Sure.
And then I'm gonna stand in the doorway.
And you're still invisible.
Reveal myself to attack Terran.
Okay, go for it.
My lord. Ooh, 23.
23 is a big hit.
It does 19.
With sharpshooter, can't wait to see this.
Yeah.
So so she is actually. Does she have You do have an advantage, so if you'd like to roll to see if you crit, you can go for it.
So what do I do? Just
roll again. Basically, roll your attack again.
okay. So that one was a 19.
Okay. Cool. So I'll use the first one. That's fine. So you reveal yourself, and she is kind of like stuck in the webbing, and she says, "What the?" As this arrow pierces her in the chest. She's coughing up blood all over the webbing. She is still alive, but barely so.
Okay, and then I'm going to scooch over a little bit so I can see this monster guy, and I'm going to draw my bow again.
Okay.
And 16.
16 is a hit, and it's with advantage. So if you want to try and crit, you can.
Okay, so I do 21 damage.
21 damage. Okay.
To the zombie.
Monstrous strike, and he does take it. Okay.
And then for my bonus action, Marcus is going to attack Terran.
Okay. Good move. I like it.
He rolls a 7.
A 7. That is with advantage, though. With advantage.
Okay, so I roll it again.
Yes.
A 9.
A 9. Incredible. So Barkus, it seems like he can't quite bite his way through the webbing.
Oh my god. So that should be it.
Indeed. Taking us to the top with Farron.
I'm going to move over toward the big guy. I'm going to do a punch at Gemma.
Okay.
Just to
nearly
see.
holding on.
just to see how that goes. 13.
A 13 is actually going to be a miss.
Wow, and she's not restrained, so yeah, that's just a straight up miss.
Wait, yeah, she is.
Uh,
She's on the ground.
Oh, she is
she
on the
is on the
ground.
ground, though. She is on the
That's
ground.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That 13 is actually now an 18.
What happens?
She's on the ground. I'm splattering her face, Mortal Kombat style. Her head gone.
Yeah. So you just like stomp into her face.
All right.
Nice. I like it.
I'm going to.
When that happens, I'm gonna say that's a hell of a touch, brother.
A touch. Then I'm going to take a punch at the zombie right next to me.
Okay.
Ooh, that is a 9 because it's a natural 1, so it automatically misses. I'm going to do.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to do flurry of blows.
Okay.
Let's see, 26 to hit. I'm
Yep.
assuming hits, and then
Of course.
I'll do the
But I
other
would
one
have
while
hit
I'm
if it wasn't
here,
a natural one.
and then the other one's a 21, so I got 2 hits. It's going to do 8 damage, and then 9 damage, and then I'm going to spend another key point to try to do a stunning strike on him.
Go for it.
So you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, his con's actually pretty decent. Fuck me, a 7.
Failed,
Okay.
so he is stunned.
Okay, he's
So
stunned.
he can take no actions until the end of my next turn.
Correct.
And then all
Okay.
attacks against him have advantage.
Correct. Pretty good turn, buddy. All right, I like it. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool.
Actually, now that I know he's stunned, I'm going to move along the wall 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, just so in case they try to cast, they have to do it at disadvantage.
Okay, decent, not bad. We turn to the mages. Gemma is dead. Taryn is on death's door, and Bolter is an idiot. So Bolter is gonna try and turn around at you, and he's gonna do one more thunder wave.
Ooh.
So make a
Con
Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh, failed. 5.
A 5. Okay. So you take 3. So you take 10 damage.
Oof.
And
Alright.
I'm gonna roll a d6 here. Okay. And you are splattered against the wall, but you are not blown out of the wall.
I know, I was like, I don't know where
You
I can
don't-
go.
Yeah, you don't actually destroy the wall. Taryn, the other mage here, she says, she is like caught in the webbing. She's like holding onto her chest, like just oozing blood. And she says, I yield, please, don't kill me. And she kind of puts her hands up. I can't stop the zombies though. And Marco, the other mage, he calls out and says, it's up to my master whether you live or die. And he is going to try to like book up the stairs from that zombo, and he's going to take some shots with disadvantage. And he actually misses. So he makes it away. But he is going to take a couple blasts at that zombie, getting a crit. Incredible. I don't know how these shots are going through. So 2 hits there, and
The smell guided him right where he needed to hit.
Indeed, it did. Wow. So
Is his trademark going to be, get a whiff of this?
Yeah.
Bam!
Smell the fury. So he takes a good amount of damage. He is almost bloodied. So Taryn is yielded. Bolter is too dumb to surrender, as are the zombies. So this one is stunned. He can't do anything. This one's caught in webs, but he can reach Barkus, oddly enough. He'll attack with disadvantage, and he will miss Barkus. Bulk, what's it going to be?
I'm going to yell out to Brother Farron, secure the one who surrendered. She is but our sister now.
I'll just leave her in the webs for now.
Okay. And I'm gonna give the old wham bam thank you ma'am to Mr. Stun Zombo here.
Okay, with advantage.
Okay. First one is a dirty 20.
Okay.
And then the second one's a 14. So we'll go with that 20.
Okay. Yep.
And damage is an 11.
Okay, good hit.
And then again. Dirty 22.
Okay.
Or 9, so we'll do a 22.
Okay.
For 7.
Okay. Cool. Gotcha. He is bloodied.
Cool.
Took a while.
And then with my bonus action, I'll give him the old shove back into the wall there.
Okay.
And
He's stunned. He can't resist. So yeah, he's
he's just shoved. Okay.
yeah, he's just shoved. That sounds fair.
Does he take damage when he hits a wall? No. Okay. Cool.
No.
Okay, I was just checking.
Okay, down to Daniels.
Okay, I'm gonna draw my bow and attack the zombie in front of me.
Okay.
I roll an 8.
Okay. It's with advantage.
14.
14 does it, yeah. An 8 actually would have done it.
Dang.
Rude.
Yeah, I know.
It's 19 damage.
Ogre zombies, not too much they can do. Okay, he's bloodied.
Okay, I'm gonna draw again. And I roll a 16. And then I do
16, yeah.
23 damage.
Oh my
23
god.
damage. He's barely holding on.
Okay, and Barkus is gonna turn and attack him. Give him a little chomperooski.
Chomp chomp.
Oh, nat 20, baby! 26!
Okay. Barkus, who's he
Barkus.
attacking? The
Zombie.
zombie. Or the zombie? Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
9. Crit.
Okay, what happens?
He lunges on him and just like gets him in the neck and just like punctures it, so he's oozing out his nasties.
Nice. I like oozing out his nasties. What the fuck?
And that should be it for my turn.
Oh shit. Do you have inspiration?
No, I don't.
That's funny. Go ahead and take it.
God.
That tickled me. I don't know about you guys. That tickled me. Farron, go ahead.
I'm going to move over this way as I move, telling Taryn, like, don't attack us, don't escape.
She keeps her hands
We'll
up.
leave you there. Alright, and then I'm
Yeah.
going to go over toward Bolter because he's still restrained, right?
Yeah, he is in the webs.
Alright, so I'm going to do one unarmed attack against him. With advantage, that is going to be a 26.
Okay.
First attack does 10 damage.
Okay.
I'm going to do another one. A crit.
Okay.
So how do we do
I
this
don't think
again?
you
Is it
can-
just one die roll and then double the plus?
So roll damage normally.
Okay.
And then it's a d6, right? Is your dice?
Yes. Or
And
yeah,
then you
D6.
add 6 to it.
It's gonna do 12.
Okay. Yeah, what happens?
I guess the first punch I send him so forcefully toward the center, but then the webs bring him back, and then my fist just goes through him.
Holy shit. Okay, I love it. Do you have inspiration?
No.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
All right,
Okay,
and then
cool.
I'm gonna go over to the stunned zomboy, and I'm going to use another flurry of blows.
Are you really gonna KS me like this?
Let's see. He's still stunned. It's the end of your.
End of my next turn.
He's shoved.
So that would be the end of this turn. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
15,
A 15 does it, yeah.
11,
11, okay.
and then that second hit,
This is your flurry of blows, right?
yeah, 17,
Okay.
and an extra 8.
Okay. You are punching chunks of his body off.
Punching his
but
nasties
he-
out,
Yeah, but he does stand. What was it? Oozing his nasty.
oozing his nasties.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Taryn doesn't do anything. Marco is still alive. He says, "Finish him off, boss." The
Jesus.
zombie does come to. He does have one last chance. And he's gonna try and I think he's gonna try and attack Farron. He does have disadvantage
Nice.
because of
Yep.
Bulk's Bulk's business. And he 16 misses you, doesn't it?
It does miss.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Taking us down to
Missed.
Bulk. Let's see if you can get the kill here.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that's what I want more than anything right now, just to really inspire him.
Oh, the smell.
For the smell, brother. All right, I'm gonna give him the old Thunder Gauntlet. Do I have advantage? No, because he's not stunned. It's a nat 20, baby.
Ooh.
So can I just send him to the Shadow Realm?
No, you gotta roll.
Okay, 11.
You ain't that strong, Bulk.
Ooh, 1 hit point away. If your next hit goes through, I'll give it to you.
Ooh.
16.
Missed.
Okay,
Yeah.
what
Cool.
happens?
I
Oh,
just
the
take
smell.
both arms and just overhand, just like blast his nasties into oblivion.
You guys are just fishing for inspiration.
No.
Now it's just the theme of this
technical
house.
term. It's the technical term for what's inside.
Yeah,
zombie.
this house is gonna be gross.
Okay, nice. Okay, cool. You guys have effectively subdued the household here. Taryn is bleeding out fast.
Are they still
Mother
taking
Farron.
damage?
Who?
Taryn.
Taryn? I mean, she has an arrow like protruding out of her chest, and it has not been stopped in any way.
Can
Brother
I look
Farron,
on the
can you-
ground? Can I look on the ground to see if I can find one of the potions that they were making, like a healing one?
There are a bunch of potions around. Whether you can surmise which one is a healing potion or not is up to the dice.
Can I like grab 2 different colored ones and hold them up
Would
to
it mark-
Taryn? Be like, which one?
Wouldn't Marco know?
I feed her that one, the one
Okay.
she pointed toward.
Okay. Her bleeding miraculously stops.
Nice.
Because
Yes.
that's how potions work.
I'm just gonna let her know. Be like, I'm not gonna cut you down yet, but we will let you out on the way out because I don't know if I can quite trust you yet. It seemed like you wanted to hurt us. It seemed like
Indeed,
you were with your friend over there, and I point to the headless Gemma.
Yeah. Marco releases his webbing over the area.
Never mind. You're free.
Yeah. Marco's gonna release it. She's effectively subdued. And Taryn will say, Marco, you son of a bitch. Oscar's gonna have your head for this.
And I will step forward and get like crouched down to Taryn, and I will say, funny enough, that's what we were sent here to find, was his head.
She says, good luck.
And then I kneel down closer, and I'd be like, and it seems like Gemma lost hers.
Both of you guys can make intimidation checks.
I'm so bad at intimidation.
With advantage because you have effectively kicked the shit out of her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10 or an 11, so I'll take the 11.
Looking at 12.
Okay. Yeah, it's not going to take much here.
Yeah.
She says, fine. Okay, you guys won. What do you want? God.
Freaking Napoleon Dynamite.
Just let me live. Let me live.
Sister, do you seek a higher purpose?
And Marco will come up and he will say, we don't have to obey Oscar anymore. The sound and the smell, it's what we've come for.
I like
Our
turn
destiny.
around and I hold my fist close and I'm like, into Twitch.
Holy shit. Okay. So Bulk, I'm gonna let you be the ring man on this. You can make a persuasion check with advantage here.
Can I go over to Marco too, just while he's planning that out? I'm going to use my healing hands because I know that
Yeah,
Marco
hit him with
took
it.
some damage,
He did.
and I'm just going to heal him for 3d4. I'm going to heal Marco for 6.
Okay, cool.
Okay, we're
going to
go 14 on the persuasion.
And then, like,
stand
as
by.
I do it, I say very loudly to him, "The touch."
Okay, cool. Yeah, so he gets some health back, and what was that book?
14.
Ooh. She says, I was here in Drakkenheim. I saw it.
The meteor?
It was incredible.
Magical. Magnificent.
Awe-inspiring.
Truly.
Make you wanna cry. It was so beautiful. God.
Oh my god. Is she the field?
She is the vision of the meteor.
Oh, okay.
In fact, she says, I had visions even before it happened. I knew there was more. I didn't have powers before this,
She has the sight.
She has the sight, brothers.
I can see. I can see.
Yes, sister. Yes. You can
Daniels,
see.
what is your
I start
reaction to all
doing like
this?
a gospel cheer around her.
I'm just like, what did I miss while I was snooping around?
You can sing.
All right, let's tighten up
like,
here.
Ooh.
Marco, he turns to you, Bulk, and he says, all right, so what's our plan from here?
We must contest with your master, for he will not let you go willingly, is what you tell us, yes?
You won't be free or he'll hunt you down.
That's right.
I would never
But-
ask for any of you to do anything that you don't want to, but we will be facing him.
We can show you the way. And Marco walks into the study, and he says his lab is, and then he points to the open bookcase, and he says, down there.
Oh, all right. Well, that seems pretty straightforward.
Bless, brother.
How
did
did
Marco lead?
He says, I don't know if I should go down there.
He's still recovering.
Is he? Can we trust him to not
I'll
run
be
off?
up here. I'll tend to Taryn's wounds. Unless
I like
you
look at Daniel's like, maybe yes. For some reason, I feel like I can.
Okay.
This brotherhood, young Farron. Brotherhood.
Marco says, but listen, Oscar is a proud man, prideful to a fault. He thinks he's smarter than everyone else, and all he cares about is his research. If you wish to appeal to him, try to prove yourself useful.
Resounding.
Okay, to the stairwell.
I think we could make something up.
I use my shadow clone jutsu to go back invisible.
We get a Batman animation.
Yeah. Sounds like you guys are all going into the basement.
Oh yeah.
How about a update on the Funky Store?
Oh, there are so many great things over at Funky's store. Look at Smashed Fox, Twitch streamer extraordinaire. He's got merch from the Funky store. If you could get it into frame, it'd just be grand. Look at that. Look at that. From
I need healing.
our old DM's Poison of Choice Overwatch 2. You can check that out at funky.store after you like and subscribe and do all the great things here on the channel. We got a lot going on. We really appreciate you.
Silver 1, baby. I'm hitting gold this season.
he's
It's
right.
taking you quite a while to get to silver 1.
Do I need to
Like,
carry you to gold?
Okay. All right, let's get on to the. Let's get on to
As
the
he
game.
like bumps up Oscar, you're in like 3 levels.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right.
Power word kill.
Oh no, we
Okay.
all die.
So, with Marco and Taryn's enthusiastic cheers, the smell, the sight, a victory, a freedom.
The sound.
Yes. You are sent down into the chamber below. into the cellar of Reed Manor. The stone stairs lead down to a well-traveled stone hallway. From what you can see as you get to the bottom, you're just in a long hallway. If you walk any further, you can see there's a door at the end of the hallway, and there's a door off to your right here, or to the north, I guess you might say.
I want to approach this door and try to open it.
Should we just knock?
Okay. So Daniel, so you're gonna try and open it. As you do, Marco comes screaming down the stairs, and he says, "Wait, I forgot to tell you, the door's booby trap." And then Daniel, you hear a or as you like, so your kind of vision is diverted a bit when Marco comes screaming down.
Yeah,
and
I
then you
roll
turn,
my eyes.
yeah, and then you turn back to the door.
You're like, huh?
And let's make it a dexterity saving throw. Oh yeah, it is a dex save. Okay.
An 18.
An 18. So you can start to see an arcane rune kind of a pentagram style forming on the door. And you're able to jump back just in time as a spray of poison emits from kind of from the ceiling above.
Smell.
And you are covered in some acid, though. You do take 13 damage.
Jeez Louise.
13 acid damage.
Rude.
And you hear a voice from the other side of the door, and he says, "Who the hell is that? Marco, I told you not to disturb me."
I'm gonna motion to Marco, like,
Well,
say something.
Isn't Danielus just covered in acid in front of the door?
He is. The door is still closed.
Oh, okay. If the door's still closed, I want to move over to Danielus and use one of my charges of the restorative ointment. So, Danielus, you recover 16 hit points.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
incredible. Okay, so Danielus is writhing as the acid burns him. Is started to calm down as Marco runs forward, and he says, "That's a pretty good ointment."
No.
And he says, he whispers to you, Bulk, and he says, "What do you want me to say? Do you want me to
Tell him we have some customers that are needing to see you."
All right, Oscar, we have some very important customers to see you.
They want to invest in your research.
They want to invest in your research." And Oscar says, "I told you not to disturb me. I'll make a bolter out of you. This better be good." And you hear some footsteps on the other side of the door, and he opens it. And you can see into Oscar's lab. So first, a description of Oscar Yoren. He is a disgusting looking man. He is short, wide, and fairly old. He is wearing it almost looks like the clothing he's wearing has been taken from the manor upstairs. It's quite prim and proper, but he obviously doesn't fit it. So he's kind of like bursting like his way through the clothing. Actually, I can pull up his little picture here. I know, right? He has thinning hair and blushing red cheeks, almost like a Santa like figure. And big unshaven beard covering his flabby neck, skin covered in sores and pasty blotches with bulging blood veins. He says, "This had better be good. What do you want?"
I want us to like charge in there and like just grab at him and like hold him back. Or I want to like I'll just somersault in and like grab his hands and like twist him behind his back.
Okay.
We're not
I
gonna try
got-
to negotiate here.
I got nothing if that's what's happening.
No, I'm saying okay. I'm like, tell us what you're doing down here.
Sure. Actually, let me give you a little description of the scene because you can see a little bit more of his laboratory, and then I'll get to Oscar's reaction there. So behind Oscar, you can see two horrifically mutilated and mutated corpses are splayed out on dissection tables in the middle of the laboratory. Attached to the ceiling is a mechanical construction of metallic arms with adjustable joints and knobs, ending in clamps, blades, syringes, magnifying glasses, and lanterns, things of that nature. The shelves in this room are stacked with an assortment of tomes, vials of alchemical reagents, sealed jars containing disfigured body parts, and then they have his like desk and whatnot behind him. So Daniel, so you burst into the room and you try to grab onto him and effectively try to shake him down. He does not offer resistance. So what did you say? What are you up to down here?
I kind of like police grab his arms behind his back and hold him there.
Okay. He is too fat for you to make his hands connect behind him, but in either case, you can grab on. He says, "Marco, what the hell is this? Some kind of shakedown?" And Marco says, he's kind of like, if you look, you can see he's kind of like trembling. Like he says, "We're not."
I'll cut him off and stop forth.
Oh God.
Oscar, we've been sent here to inquire about your research.
My research. Sent here? Who sent you?
It's irrelevant.
We'll be asking the questions, and I kind of push on his shoulder.
You better watch what you're doing, ruffian.
I don't think you're in the position to make threats. We've had way more experiences here today than we would like to see.
Yes, you can make threats as much as you want. You'll pay a price for it.
Baron, go check his desk for his notes.
What did you do to your apprentice upstairs? The one who couldn't talk?
What does that matter? He's my apprentice. I can do whatever I want.
What did you do? And then I say it in like a lower tone.
I made him better. More obedient.
Yeah, Farron's just gonna brush past. Is that like a desk all the way at the opposite side? I'm guessing that's where you'd have notes.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Farron, I guess will slowly make his way. Like he'll move up this way and kind of like go around wide berth from like the corpse and everything. Try to make his way. We'll be like, well, let's see what you've been up to. Let's see what you've been researching.
I'll follow suit because I'm very interested in this mechanical setup here.
Certainly. So Daniel's, you're back there. I'm gonna assume Barkus is somewhere doing the same. He's probably sniffing the bodies around here. And then Marco's pretty much staying like right onto you, Bulk.
Okay.
Oscar says, "What is this? What is this? Who are you guys?"
We will be seizing your research. I hope that you can willingly give us what we need.
My research? You probably can't even read my research.
And I try
Can
to
you,
read his
Farron?
research.
Yeah.
Certainly. Yeah. Everything you can see, they're all kind of like anatomical diagrams of humanoid creatures.
Would
That's
Farron
just
have
what-
some kind of basic understanding with his family background and his family medicinal book?
Probably if you took the time to actually like sit there and look through them. So basically, you guys are not attempting any sort of negotiation here. That's what I'm.
If
I
he's
think
willing to no go, like he will be losing his research today. If he wants to barter, we're willing to hear.
I'm just gonna be a little bit thumbing through his research and then like not even really paying attention to what he says. I'm just gonna be like, you have three options. We get the research, you leave Marco alone and don't seek after him, or we could take your head, or let's see, you could move along to do research on something else. Again, leaving Marco alone.
Sure.
And then like the whole
I'll-
time not even listening, just kind of thumbing through trying to make sense of whatever notes I can.
Sure. I'll allow all you guys to make an intimidation check.
It'll probably be terrible. Oh, not bad.
16.
14.
What was that, Daniels?
16.
16, 14?
I got a nat 20, but -1 for 19.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
We're very intimidating.
Just rolling
Apparently.
guidance, which is a 4
Sure.
as well. So
Sure. He says, all right. Impressive. Stumble upon an old man, kill his apprentices, whatever you did to Marco, invade my lab, try to seize my research. You ought to be very proud of yourselves.
Are you proud of yourself?
Doing experiments on dead people.
It seems like you've accomplished nothing besides the golems outside.
I'm on the doorsteps of greatness. And he
I
says,
see.
look. And if you look into his eyes, you can see that his eyes glow the unmistakable color of Octarine, the color of delirium. He says, I'm achieving what no one has done yet.
And
The
what is
first
that?
human to achieve a resistance to the haze.
I don't know if I would say the first. There's been a couple we've come across, and sadly, they didn't have to mutilate their eyes.
This is a result. Years of gradual exposure.
And you think your research in more capable hands wouldn't yield results quicker?
There are no more capable hands than mine.
There are many that say differently. But how much time would you need to complete your research?
I look over at Bolt questioningly.
I
Like
say,
I lift my eyes from the research.
Oscar says, I'm not answering those questions. Once the Hooded Lanterns find out what you're doing, they'll have your head, that's for sure.
Why are you aligned with the Hooded Lanterns? What value do they provide you?
Let me guess, you need them for your funds, because you can't conduct research without money. Participants, maybe?
They provide protection, delirium, supplies. I give them potions. So you ought to think twice about what you're doing right now.
How does your allegiance align? Is those simple tasks all that you need?
I look at Bolt
Now-
way more questioningly. Like a dog with like a new stimuli. Like
He says, now we're having a conversation. And he like throws Danielus off of him. And kind of unrestrains himself. Now, did you come here to act like ruffians? Or are you here to talk business?
We have options. Danielus, what do you think of bringing in Mel?
I mean, the thought of necromancy could be cool. It could help us navigate through these if we are able to get through the smoke.
Mel seems
But
to have
what-
infinitely more resources than the lanterns provide.
What you're asking is quite dangerous.
Do tell.
Right?
I'm
Would
just
our
thought experimenting.
what would happen if the
Necromancy
person?
amongst the masses, bringing him to a town of the living, knowing that he seeks to raise the dead and experiment, and then I gesture towards the mutilated skeletons or whatever's on the tables.
Well, as we have seen, research can be misinterpreted. It seems that his cause is to survive the haze, which would vastly help in reclaiming Drakkenheim for the people.
So we're not-
Finally, someone who has some brains in this operation.
So you want to live in the
Necromancy
haze,
to one
not
man
find
is
a
just
way
science
to
to
get
another.
rid. You want to live in the haze, not get rid of it.
Right now, we don't know how to get rid of it.
We're living in a new age. This
But
will be the birthplace of a new era of Mageborn. We can be kings again.
Is this who you want to align with, Bulk? Someone who wishes to be kings, take control.
No, not
And
take
what if we-
control, but
Oh.
every note in the song, every player in the symphony has purpose.
Oh, I've never known a king to be part of a symphony. I thought they were a conductor.
and what happens if we don't deliver our promise to our original request?
Oh, they just require the research, correct? Am I wrong in my interpretation of our mission?
Are we
No,
sure all
that's
the
true.
Are
research is
you
here?
if you're trying to have that type of conversation in secret, there's no space for that to occur. So Oscar Yorn will say, "You were sent here. Who sent you here?
Don't worry about that.
It's none of your business.
Are you spies?
No, enforce
It was
it.
the Academy, wasn't it?"
Take another look at the situation, Oscar. Are you really in the position to be making demands, questions?
I'm not afraid of you.
I have
Maybe
no
you should be.
I have no love for the Academy. They've taken everything from me. But we all seek purpose through our history. What is your purpose?
I'm here to become great,
And what's greatness to you?
to perform my research, to be the greatest delirium researcher the world has ever seen.
And where does your research end? What's the goal?
I'll give you guys a choice. One, if you're interested in my research, there is something you could do to help me. But I want to know who you're working for. Who sent you here? Otherwise, we have nothing to discuss.
I'm going to motion to Farron. Brother Farron, I trust your judgment in this situation. I feel we are swayed and cannot make biased judgment. But we wish to see research like this captured and utilized at the end of the day. We want to reclaim Drakkenheim.
Reclaiming Drakkenheim, but at what cost? Necromancy, I don't think is reclaiming it. It is just causing a new problem.
This Mel
But if-
person. Is that who you're working for?
We have many bosses, sir.
I'm my own boss.
You,
Drakkenheim is the land of the free.
you've been mentioning the Academy a lot. Did you happen to go there once upon a time?
The Academy are fools. They know nothing. Nothing of
And-
greatness.
Nothing. Well, that might be a perspective, but I've heard of ways that they make corpses talk. So whether you're alive or not is not really a bargaining chip. They can still get from you what they want. I suggest you cooperate instead of making demands.
He starts to back up towards the door and he says,
I
I knew
move.
it.
I move up toward him. If he's gonna
He
start backing
says-
away,
Hang on.
Yeah,
He says, I knew it. You're spies from the Academy. Dogs. And Marco, you throw your hat in with them. You're nothing. You'll all die.
Oh, Lord.
And we're going to roll for initiative, but we'll do that next time as,
Okay.
as it's about time
Yeah.
to bring our session to a close. So with that, I
Hey.
appreciate my lovely cast for standing in and working through a very interesting session.
Yeah, it was hype.
I was not quite expecting all of that to occur. But yeah, we'll I don't know, turn it over to Steven. I don't know what to plug.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Like I don't listen to it every time.
Right.
Yeah.
Check out the Funky
All
Store.
day, every day.
We got to shout out the boys. We got Smash Fox over on Twitch. He streams. We got the More Than Roommates podcast that you can check out. And we have our fantastic editor, Fire Hazard 508 Creations. Check out all these channels. We're growing. We're doing all the great things. You know, you want to see us doing all the magic. So we appreciate y'all, and especially you, Susan. Thank you. We'll see you in the next one.
Hey, Susan.
Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.